Hello and welcome. This is Bird, and I'm coming to you from the shed. And today is kind of a special event for me and the shed itself. This is the first of what I hope to be a long-running series of interviews with shapers, surf aficionados, and just general all-around likable people that have played a big part in the industry. And I'm super honored and excited today to have Bob Mitsven as being the first inaugural surfer, shaper, good guy that I'm going to interview today. So Bob, you want to step on in? Let's talk about some surfboards.
All right.
How are you?
See you.
Good. Anyways, I've known you for a while. You know, we've had some interaction over the years, all of it most pleasant, ridden some of your boards. They're really great. And there's been pretty much a big change in surfboard design over the last few years, especially since you and I have worked together. A lot of it has been innovative, but a lot of it has been innovative coming off of older designs in the first place. It's kind of a reliving of what was happening then and kind of a sprucing it up. Obviously, you brought some fine pieces to show us, and let's get into it. Just grab whatever one you want. And let's talk about what goes behind these boards in terms of the theories on it and anything else you really want to talk about.
These little squared off, they're kind of the spin-off of the Simmons model. Basically, you're just trying to use some of the older outlines and then doing a little bit more contemporary type bottom rocker and concaves going through the tail, single con coming through here. This particular one's a quad fin. Just kind of designed the fins more for kind of just the look but they actually kind of straight up and they go pretty well. I've moved the fins back on the board that more than it would be like on a quad fish to kind of, because of the tail being wider and all that planing surface. So these boards go pretty good.
Looks like the fins are clustered fairly tightly together as well as being moved further back.
They're the same kind of cluster as I would use on the quad fish, but the whole thing's back a little bit farther. So
now, are the fins set straight up, or are they tipped and toed at all?
These are tipped at 5. The front ones are 5 degrees, and the back ones are 4 degrees, and they're all flat-sided foils, asymmetrically foiled. Yep.
Yeah, more relief on them. Now, if you were to take these two fins and combine them together, it would, in essence, to me, look almost like a fish fin. So it looks like somebody did a real nice job of not only splitting that design and in making the fins themselves. There's quite a few good fin makers in San Diego, but I believe you've got a special in on fin makers, don't you?
My business partner Rick Cloud made these fins. He's gotten pretty good at them. He's put a lot of time and effort into learning how to foil them nice and get all the lines nice and true and just getting them real good. He's a real craftsman. Has some machining background, so he kind of understands how.
A bit more natural for him, maybe.
A little more natural,
for some of us. I see that you also put on a traditional no leash plug attachment on the back, just that little resin loop on the back, which is kind of fitting and kind of keeping into style with that particular board.
Yep.
Also functional because you're not going to step on it, or it's not going to be so intrusive way back there either.
It's kind of nice to have it go all the way back like there. This one's 5.5, so you don't have a lot of board anyway. So it's
right. What kind of sizes are you running these in? I'm assuming they're going to be relatively short because of the overall volume of the board.
Yeah, I've run them everywhere from about 4.11 up to like 6.2 in this model. But
do you have a name for that model?
No,
or is it
not
just,
really.
Just another Mitsven?
Just another,
creation?
Just another kind of a kind of a spin-off of the Simmons style type boards, that we just kind of
been gravitating towards.
Yeah.
Nice harder edge back here.
Yeah,
gives you some drive.
The rails kind of, they kind of roll off of the bottom, but still kind of come down. They're still reeled down, and then they come and kind of all transition back into the edge. Kind of the same that I do the fishes, and they have a pretty nice flat deck, and a lot of these boards, they're real scooped out in the nose and dished out like a step. With these, I just kind of keep the rail line and the deck line moving and just thin the nose down so that the deck line kind of stays nice and true and just kind of a nice upper edge here to kind of give it that look. So
yeah, it doesn't have near as much spoon as some of the ones I've seen.
Yeah.
And I'm not criticizing whether that idea is valid. It's just really cool to see people take different approaches to the whole thing in the first place.
I just kind of like, that's kind of my way to do it. And it's not better or worse, just kind of
Mr. Mitsven way.
Just, yeah.
Is this the kind of board that Pat Hood's been ripping on?
Yes,
Been
it
riding
is.
something like this?
Actually, Pat Hood went in for some ACL surgery in the last 2 weeks before went into the hospital. He was able to ride one of these, a 510. He got literally hundreds of waves on this thing.
I've been hearing about that out in the hood. Now, is that board available for demo?
Yes, it is.
And that's the kind of thing that, another nice thing about you guys are that you're so friendly, user-friendly, so to speak, because you normally have demo boards, where somebody can come into your shop and, get a chance not only to meet the man, but talk to you about the theories behind it, and better yet, get to ride the
Yeah,
boards.
we do have a pretty
So,
good selection of demos.
that's
Again, some like this.
Pretty
and,
unique.
We have quad fishes, just all different ones that people can come and just ride.
Yeah, and I've seen that you can build anything for anybody. I mean, what we're looking at today is just such a small sample, because from longboards to shortboards to big wave guns, I've either had the chance to ride them or I've seen them in your shop. So it's nice to be able to deal with a well-versed shaper whenever you're going to want to get any kind of a board built. You want to have that range from somebody that usually transitions into all the boards that they build.